Mark Billingsley, Sacramento Bee. This question is for both of you, Jeff and Carl. You might not want to talk specifically in the the first person, but talk about retribution and what you need to do if someone gets you earlier in a race and you see him, you get maybe a chance. I mean, with Vickers and Stewart today, they seem to be kind of the bad blood, but I mean, sure, you guys have had some problems with other drivers in a particular race. Talk about that just kind of in general, because NASCAR might be listening.
I don't think I've ever gone out and tried to get somebody back. Have you?
Never. And I have a terrible memory. I never remember those instances where I got in a wreck with somebody, so I forget all about it later.
I think NASCAR has done this have at it mentality, or the statement that they made. I think in the end will be better and safer for all of us, because when you're out there, if I go down the corner and hit a guy, NASCAR is going to kind of let things be settled on the racetrack. So in a way, I think people respect one another just a little bit more on the racetrack, and that's good.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is, if you're going to try to win a championship, those types of situations are in my opinion going to hinder you from doing that. If you start getting into a battle with a guy, especially if it's somebody that is not in the championship, in championship contention, then what happens is you're not going to win. It's going to be a lose for you and everybody. If it's somebody that's in the championship, then you guys have to figure out how to settle it, whether it happens on the track or off the track. But I think that it just depends. If you're that upset at what happened, and you see that guy again before the race is over and you're still upset, it depends on how your fuse is. Some people have short fuses and long fuses. I've gotten into a battle with Tony Stewart before. That's not a guy I battle with anymore. We had our instance, or our situation, and I'm so glad that we resolved it fairly quickly. And nobody has more respect for one another out there than me and Tony. And because I've been on the other side of it with him when he can get mad. And he's not a guy that you want to have gunning at you, because he's a great race car driver. He's smart, and he can get really mad. So we'll see how this one turns out.
Okay, we'll take a question over here and then go back to Joe.
Jeff, Peter Fournier, Daily Republic. Does it ever get old winning in your neck of the woods, or being successful in your neck of the woods almost year after year after year? Probably not.
Yeah, I know. I hate winning, and I hate finishes. It's awful.
You got to deal with all the trophies and money and stuff.
I mean, you got to understand my emotions throughout this day, and Carl can relate, because I know he was back there with me. I mean, I never thought for 1 second we were going to finish second today or anywhere in the top 10. So, to come back and do what we did was incredible. I love coming out here. I just, for so many reasons. I mean, the family, the friends, but I love this track. It's a very challenging but a fun track to drive, and it's a first road course of the season, so that's unique and different for us at this point in the season. I get to bring my family out here, and Ella's birthday, is this past week, so having a birthday party for her. And I mean, there's just one thing after another. I have the wine that's out here, and I mean, there's so many reasons I just love coming out here. And so, to me, it's only added pressure to try to do well on the racetrack. And I'm just shocked with all those distractions that we're actually been able to be as successful as we have. I mean, I was up at 4:30 in the morning 2 days this week coming into this weekend, and I was dead here on Friday. And luckily my wife was very, very considerate to let me get a lot of sleep the last couple of days, or I don't think we would have run as well as we did today.
Joe.
Joe Menzer, NASCAR.com. I guess I have to change my question now. What were you doing up till 4:30?
No, I was up at 4:30 with Leo.
Gotcha. I know. No, seriously.
That was 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, I got you. So when you see, this is mainly for you, Jeff, but Carl, certainly weigh in if you want to, but when you see something like what went on with Vickers and Tony, and Tony's probably, Vickers may come back at him and vice versa, how aware of you are that while you're trying to run just your clean race, just trying to stay away from them, or do you just kind of block that out, or how do you handle that?
I wasn't even listening.
Well, you got to understand, neither one of us even saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know what happened. I hate to comment on something that I don't know what happened. Yeah, I was purely pointing out an instance with me and Tony. It sounds like there was a situation. I don't know what it is. I was just kind of using that as a reference, but I have no idea what happened. I think, something may have happened earlier that led to that. So, but I have no idea. I don't think it's really something I can comment on.
No, I mean, so you're not aware of that at all, and just that doesn't factor into trying to stay away from those guys at all during the course of the race.
My spotter does a good job of letting me know who's mad at each other and stuff. Jason Hedleski's, he'll say, "Hey, watch these guys up here. They're about to wreck each other." But in general, I don't really, because you never know what happened. You don't know if it started a lap before or something. So it's hard to tell in real time who's mad at who and what's about to happen.
Kelsey Olson, KSO. Jeff, your fans out here are pretty crazy. They just love you to death. How do they compare to fans around the country? Are they as enthusiastic?
Well, you've got the really avid core fans that are kind of based back east or in the southwest east, that are very avid fans. The difference is I'm from here, and so because I'm from here and we've had so much success out here, the avid fans that are out here are as big of fans as there are anywhere else in the country, and it feels so good, to go to driver introductions and get the reception that I get. And even just walking through the garage area, again, another one of those reasons why I love coming out here, because it is not the same other places that we go. I have an incredible fan base, but it is a little bit unique out here because Vallejo being so close.
Next question right here.
Hey, Jeff, after the race, you came into the winner's circle and personally congratulated Kurt. Did that have anything to do with what went on here last year, or you would have done that anyway?
I'm still not apologizing. No, it had nothing to do with that. The guy did a great job. He drove a great race. They've been running well. To me, what happened here last year, what happened at Martinsville is behind us. I've moved on from that, so I think we're pretty even. So I was just congratulating him on the win. It had nothing to do with anything else. And I think it was his first road course win. Is that right? So I think there's a guy really who's as talented as he is, and every guy that competes in this series that has won on ovals wants to win on a road course to kind of prove something to themselves and the rest of the competitors. And, when you do that the first time, I know how much it means. And I think it meant a lot to him, and I want to congratulate him on it.
Okay, we've got a question right here.
Thanks. Two questions. One real quick for Carl, and I'm sorry if it's been asked before, but you decided to stay and practice yesterday. Did that obviously help for you? And then for Jeff,
come on, man, you got to get here on time. I mean, honestly, no, just
I was with the winner.
no.
I'm just teasing.
Hey, we're all winners, okay?
You're a winner in my book. I'm kissing butt now. And then for Jeff,
let's talk about this afterwards.
Okay.
It did help to stay. I think it was a good thing. We covered it earlier, but I think it was a good decision, and I owe it to Fastenal for helping me make that decision. That was cool.
And then for Jeff, real quick, you talked about that you haven't been real good on the road courses. What does this do for you now? You were gaining. You were right there at the end.
Well, I have a question for Carl. Okay. I want to know what you were thinking when you decided that you were going to fly all the way across the country from California during the middle of the season for that race.
I like to race a lot, okay?
I know you
do. We had so much fun there last year, man. It was cool. Have you raced there?
No, but I tell you, when you left last year, I was like, he's crazy. And so I take my hat off to you for doing that. I think I may have answered that question as well, but sorry, man.
Are you going to write this article on Tuesday? Or are you going to write? Okay, we're just messing with you.
I don't remember the specifics of your question, but we struggled throughout this day, and we really were able to turn it around with some adjustments as well as track position there at the end. So kind of contributed to a great finish.
Any other questions for Carl or Jeff? Gentlemen, thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
One more.